Jeffrey's watching another clickbait self-improvement video. But Jeffrey, you know that if you just keep watching these videos and you don't take action, your life isn't gonna change, don't you? Jeffrey, Jeffrey, he's clicked on another one. Adonis. Adonis grabs Jeffrey's phone and locks it away. It's time to implement what you've learned, young Jeffrey. Come with me. One by one, Adonis takes Jeffrey through their perfect morning routine. And interestingly, that's all that it took. Jeffrey can't believe the change he's made in just 7 days. And then, there's you. Let me tell you my story. This was in 2021. I'm 22 years old, graduated from university, and I'm sat in my apartment, and I hate my life. I'm thinking that, okay, for the last 9 months straight, I have smoked weed every single day. Not even a single day off. I have ate sugar and full-on junk food, processed food, every single day. I've watched porn most of the days of the last 9 months, and I even live with my girlfriend, so that's how down bad I am. And I've tried, I'm looking down at my notepad where I've got like those self-improvement attempts, habit trackers, goals and stuff. I've tried, and none of it's really worked. Up until I'm watching this video on YouTube about the importance of morning routines. And suddenly, something clicks into my mind, this realization that I've been doing this all wrong. I'm looking down at my goals page and I've got these massive goals. $10,000 a month. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to provide for like my woman. I want to do this. I want to build even more muscle. And I realize, I just start to visualize like a skinny, fat, brown kid, like younger me, going into the gym and him saying like, oh, well, I want to lift heavy weight. I want to lift 100 kg bench press. And me kind of calming him down and saying, oh, you're just a beginner. Why don't we start you off with the empty barbell first? Now I know what to do. Open up the notepad, new page, and write morning routine. By the way, bro, you probably haven't realized just how bad listening to degenerate music is every day. And so that's why I've made a new daily Spotify podcast that you can listen to so you can start your day off with some inspiration, and it's specifically for young guys who want to get onto self-improvement. Go click the top link in the description, load that up, follow the podcast, and then continue watching this video. To feel successful in this morning routine, all I'm going to do is 1 second of exercise, 1 push-up. I'm going to do 1 mindful breath, like 1 second of meditation. Done. I'm going to do 1 point of gratitude in my gratitude journal. I'm just going to write 1 sentence about something that I'm grateful for. Done. I'm looking at this right now. It looks almost pathetic. I'm saying that my goal right now is to basically do the genuine bare minimum that someone even with like mental disabilities could do. Kind of suits me, actually. That's how I've been acting over the last few months anyway. And so with this kind of goal, I can't fail. Over the next few days, I'm checking off the box every single morning because you can't fail, right? If it's 1 push-up, like just fucking do it, right? 1 sentence of gratitude takes like 5 seconds. 1 mindful breath takes like 4 seconds. Okay, done. 3rd day, I do 5 push-ups. I do 20. I write a paragraph for the gratitude journal. I meditate for 3 minutes. On the 5th day, I do longer. On the 7th day, I've done an entire set of push-ups till failure. I've wrote a page for my gratitude journal and I feel awesome. And I've meditated for 5 minutes. If I repeated that every day for the rest of my life, this would be like the golden point. It would be great exercise. That'd be about max volume that you'd want to do per week for chest anyway, like 7 hard sets per week. Maybe you'd want to eventually increase that to like 10 or 12, but like that's like a really good level to get to. If you wanted to grow your chest, 7 hard sets per week is phenomenal. 5 minutes of meditation a day, you could literally do that for every day for the rest of your life, and you would have such a better mind. A whole page of gratitude that takes a few minutes. If I did that every single day of my life, I would feel so much better, so much happier. I've got to like a phenomenal place in 7 days. The moral of this story is the importance of just starting small and really starting with your morning routine. There was a quote I heard a long time ago, which was something like, if you want an amazing life, you just need to have amazing years. If you want an amazing year, you just need to have amazing months. If you want an amazing months, then you just need to have amazing weeks. If you want amazing weeks, then you just need to have amazing days. If you want amazing days, then you just need to have amazing mornings. If you start your day with a really, really powerful morning that sets you up for success, the rest of your day will start to change alongside that. These days, like starting a really like self-improvement morning routine is almost like this thing that's made fun of. And when people say that, I'm not going to lie, like I get slightly offended because I see this a lot. You've probably seen this. It's almost like a joke, a meme online of like CEO, morning routine, wake up early, because I see people laugh at that. And I look at it and I'm like, you do realize like I was suicidal before I discovered the concept of morning routines. Like I genuinely used to cry like every day. I used to literally take drugs every day. And what caused me to change my life was just trying to start small, like first thing in the morning. When I think back to that, like that period of my life, I was as down bad as you could be. I didn't speak to my family for like an entire year straight. I lived like a full-on degenerate. And it was this concept of just starting small. Now, if you're like far more advanced than this and you're making huge progress and you're already successful, maybe you'll want to try something else. But if you're watching this right now and you can relate to that position that I was in, I want you to just commit to just the following morning routine, which is just so simple. And it's the specific mindset, which is the most important part, just for 7 days. Don't overthink it. Don't like disagree with this advice and try and use like critical thinking just yet. Just for 7 days, just give it a try. It's really easy to try it. And I think by the 7th day, you'll be in a better place to then start to like, consider like adding other things in or to, changing things. The most important part of this plan that I'm going to give you is the mindset. And the mindset is we specifically are setting the bar to success super low. And we're saying that you get to tick like the box if you've just done literally the bare minimum. So in this morning routine, I just want you to do 3 things. I want you to wake up and meditate, gratitude, exercise. You can choose which form of them you want. I'll tell you the exact ones that I did just to make it super easy if you just want to copy exactly what it is. But the most important part is the volume, like how much of each one you're going to do. We're going to aim for literally anywhere from about 1 to 10 seconds of each one. And when you've done that, I want you to feel like you've actually made some progress, because you actually have. If you wake up today, like let's say you don't really know what meditation is, or you don't really meditate consistently. If you wake up and you start doing one mindful breath consistently, that's actually success. The hard part of this right now will be that your ego will tell you like these things won't make a difference, that this isn't enough. Oh yeah, he's saying only do 1 mindful breath, but I'll do like 20 tomorrow. He's saying only do like 1 push-up, but I'll make it like a whole set tomorrow. Yeah. The hard part is like understanding this, which is going to hurt. You're really not that great. Right now, you are kind of like a piece of shit. And I don't say that to be like offensive. It's just the truth. Let's be honest. You're living like a goblin. And so we need to reduce the bar of success to something that you as a goblin, like as a Jeffrey, can hit each day. But the most important part is that you need to turn off that ego arrogance, which makes you think that you are better than you actually are. And you as a Jeffrey need to hit these small milestones and actually feel like, oh, that's great, I've hit it, rather than you as this like arrogant kind of guy saying like, oh, well, that's too low, it's not going to do anything. You must see these as like some kind of success to kind of think to yourself, sweet, I did like a mindful breath. That's actually kind of progress. If I did that every day of my life would be actually significantly better. You need to have that kind of positive mindset because it is really progress. Meditation, just do 1 complete mindful breath where you just literally sit up straight, close your eyes, and just do 1 deep inhale through the nose all the way into your stomach and breathe it out slowly through the mouth. Relax, almost like let your body slump as you relax. And to end off the meditation, just stop the slump and just come back up to a nice like good posture. So you're back into like open position, your chest is out and you're stood like, you're sat or you stood up quite like confidently, almost like you're like a knight who's like really liked in this like tribe or something. You stand up straight a little bit like that. then that's like literally, that's the one mindful breath. If you do that every morning for the rest of your life, which of course you could do, right? There's almost, even on your most like down bad days, even on the day where you grab your phone and you scroll for like an hour, you could still really do this first. Maybe first before you scroll like a Jeffrey, or maybe in the middle of it, or maybe afterwards when you're on like the second nut of the day and you've already like, failed no nut November and stuff. Even on the worst day, even hungover, even on drugs, you could still do one mindful breath every morning for the rest of your life. If you just make this one change, one mindful breath every morning for the rest of your life will actually look like this. Just this one change, because not only just imagine this specific benefit of just, like regulating your nervous system and the benefits that meditation has, but the truth is like these actions aren't in a vacuum. When you do this mindful breath, you're going to be more likely to eventually increase it. You're going to be more likely to eventually start like looking online for like, well, yeah, what does meditation actually do? And you're educating yourself. You're literally going to be more likely to eat cleaner hours after taking this breath. You're going to be more likely to be a bit more peaceful towards your family. So a lot of things will change in your life with just this small like habit that you're getting into. You do that, and I want you to feel like this is success and have some kind of thing that you can tick off. So what I like to do is just use a piece of paper and just write down like the 3 habits at the top. So there's like meditation, gratitude, exercise, and just write the days of either the month or days, like just a number of days, like 1, 2, 3, whatever, and just draw like a little box, like a little square underneath each one. And that's like your habit tracker. The moment you've done your mindful breath, tick it off. Then the next one is gratitude. And there's different ways you can do this. You can literally just close your eyes and say this out loud, or say this in your mind. I'm grateful for, and say like a sentence. Don't just say one word. Don't just say like, I'm grateful for Alex. Say to yourself, I'm grateful for Alex because of this. I'm grateful for this bathrobe because I actually bought it years ago and it's become like the uniform of my work. And it's also become like a symbol of this entire movement that we have here. It's, in a weird way, it's helped inspire 1 million, 2 million guys to get onto self-improvements. So I'm grateful for this bathrobe. You say something like that, and it's like you just start to appreciate these small things in life that you often miss out on. And it's like you just become a lot happier and mentally healthier when you do this. So you can say this out loud. This is one that a lot of guys can cope with, because if I'm making it easy enough for you and I'm saying, okay, you just got to think about this or say it out loud, you might kind of sit there for a second for the first few days and do it. But then after that, you might just end up getting like mind wandering and not really thinking about it, and then just thinking, oh yeah, I've done it, whatever, I've not really done it, I don't care. So what I'd say is either say it out loud like a psychopath just talking to yourself in your room, or write it down. You can write it down on your phone, like notes app, but then you've got to just be honest right now. If you grab your phone for this, are you going to be likely to like quickly check notifications and then end up doing something else and getting distracted? If you are, then don't use your phone. What I really like is just having like a physical notepad next to you, like next to your desk, next to your bed, and just write like a sentence there. Lots of guys, if I'm honest, it's almost embarrassing how many guys have said to me like, oh, but I don't want to like write with a pen and piece of paper, like my handwriting's not that good. I just think like, bro, it's one sentence. Honestly, if I'm totally honest, bro, shut the fuck up. Just get it done. Honestly, it's one sentence. Have some respect for yourself. Like, this is me actually being nice to you. Have some respect for yourself. The amount of guys who have literally said to me, like, but my handwriting's not that good. I'm like, bro, it's one fucking sentence. Write it down. Go buy a fucking notepad today. Go order one from Amazon. Get a fucking real pen, like, and just write with your hand. Why does everything have to be digital these days when you know that if you grab your phone or if you write it on your computer, you're probably going to get distracted? It's if that's not going to be good for you, get a piece of paper and a pen. It costs like $2, bro. It's even cheaper than that. And just have it next to your bed. Write one sentence. I'm grateful for my phone because that's where I get to message my friends. I'm grateful for my mother because she made yesterday's dinner and it was really delicious. Just that. And then for exercise, you choose what kind of exercise you could do basically every day of your life in your bedroom. Something that you could do within a few seconds. So it could be a squat. It could be a push-up. It could be Bulgarian split squat. It could be a burpee. You choose whichever one kind of seems like you'd actually kind of like the idea of dropping down and doing it. For most guys, it's probably going to be like push-ups or something, but you might choose something else. And the idea is, I just want you to do one slow, deep, like burning rep. So I want you to basically get into this like push-up position, and instead of just busting one out and saying, no, I'm going to do like 20 now, I'm just not going to do one. Just do one slow one where you're like so focused on the way that it feels and like press it up and like feel good about yourself. Very slow rep, and then just step up. You do one rep like that, tick the box. If you wanted to do squats, for example, you get into position and slowly squat down and feel it all in your like thighs and make it feel good. Like make it like you're actually enjoying it, that you enjoy being alive, that you enjoy something as simple as like thinking to yourself like, 60 years from now, I might not be able to do this. If that version of me, when I was 90 years old and about to die, got a time machine and was able to come back to this moment where I'm doing this deep squat, or I'm doing this push-up really slowly, how would he react to this? He would have the biggest smile on his face. He'd almost be breaking down in tears of how lovely it was to be able to like do this like full push-up. He wouldn't be looking at himself in the mirror, comparing like, almost like the sort of visual that he can see of himself to the guys that he sees on Instagram. He'd be looking at his real body, like touching his arms like this and literally so happy to see it. It sounds weird, but like you could literally do that today. You could be grateful for like your skin and the muscle that you can see and the size and everything. This is a very quick tip that which is kind of like on a side note, but let me just tell you something. If you're a guy who's kind of getting into fitness, what I have found is your body dysmorphia is much worse when you look in the mirror than when you look at yourself. So when I find that my physique doesn't look very good, I know for a fact it's because I'm looking in the mirror. It's so weird. When you look in the mirror, you look like much worse than if you look literally down in your, like in real life, like at your body. When I look down at my chest and my arms, I'm like, fuck me. Like I look at my legs and I'm like, I'm fucking tall. That's awesome. Like my legs look thick and everything. I find that when you look in the mirror, it's almost like you can't help but compare to like the visual of like, some bodybuilder or some big guy on Instagram, and that makes you look like and feel worse about yourself. So that's just the extra quick tip. But you just do these 3 things of your morning routine just for a week. And I promise by the end of the 7 days, you'll be doing so much more. The idea is that if you just do the bare minimum, if you do one mindful breath, if you do like one sentence of gratitude, if you do one mindful rep, you tick the box. But naturally, let's be honest, maybe tomorrow, maybe some random day, you're going to increase that, aren't you? You're going to say to yourself like, I'm going to do 20 reps today. I'm going to do 5 mindful breaths. Naturally, you'll increase that. The most important thing, again, is that it is still a success, a win that we're celebrating, even if you just do the 1 second. What I don't want you to do is think to yourself, okay, this sounds nice. I'm going to do 20 reps, and that's like my new baseline. And then that day where you can't be bothered to do 20 reps because you're a bit tired or something, then you don't tick the box, then you just fall back into old habits. The most important part is success for this always equals just ticking the box of the bare minimum, the 1 rep. Even when you're 70 years old, you're still going to tick the box because you've done the 1 rep. By then, you might be doing an hour-long meditation. Doesn't matter. You do 1 second, you tick the box. This way, it's like you're always, every single day for the rest of your life, you're always going to have these 3 things to start your day with. And it sounds super simple. It sounds like, how is this going to change my life? It's only a bit of meditation. Just wait and see what your days are going to look like after you've started your day with something positive like this. That's when later on in the day, when you've been doing this for a few days, you're feeling a slightly more mindful. You're going to be choosing the meal that's a bit healthier for you. You're going to be a little bit nicer to that person in the gym, and then what's going to happen? They'll be nicer to you. And that positive feedback loop will go in every area of your life. One last thing I will say is, if you really are feeling like down bad, another great thing that I like is something mental. So after you've done these 3 habits, you could stand up and just say one positive thing about yourself in your mind, like an affirmation where you say, I'm glad I just did that. I'm proud of myself for taking action. I'm happy about this. I'm a strong guy. I'm on self-improvement. Life is getting better. Say just one of those random phrases every day as you complete these 3 things. And you know what's going to be interesting? There's going to be a phrase that instantly makes you feel better. That phrase will mean quite a lot to you, and that might become like the phrase, that like the affirmation that you really keep in mind. And so when you find that, it's like, it's nice, you hold it dear to yourself because it just, for some reason, that collection of words just makes you feel awesome. So when you find that, just remember it, write it down, set it as like your phone lock screen, and you're just going to find that this one small change is going to compound to something bigger in the long run, as long as you don't let your ego get ahead of you and say that, oh, it's too small, I'm going to start doing 25 push-ups a day. Like, certainly do the 25 push-ups if you want to, but success always equals one push-up, the smallest amount. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because you're going to have those bad days where you woke up and you relapsed on your nofap streak like twice first thing in the morning. On that day, you're not going to sit down for that 10-minute meditation. On that day, if you still remember, no, before I get out of bed, I'm still going to do my one mindful breath. Even though I've literally got fucking nut all over my legs right now, I'm just going to do one mindful breath. That's why it's so powerful, because even on your worst day, even on your biggest Jeffrey day, you can still do the bare minimum. We want that to be the new baseline for you, but the baseline needs to be low, because you need to like be honest and think to yourself, there's going to be times when I don't feel like it. There's going to be times when I'm literally sick. Like, there's going to be a time in the future where you literally have diarrhea, and even on that, we still want you to do like the one mindful rep. Because if you've made the new baseline 20 reps, you're not going to do it. You're going to think, oh, I'll take a few days off. Oh, you know, I'm really in a rush. I can't do it. I'm going to miss this day as well. And then it's back to like just being so inconsistent. We want something that you could literally do 365 days of the year. And this is the game plan for that. This is the exact, I promise you, the exact morning routine that I did, which changed my life forever. That's why I'm passing it to you. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. These videos are uploaded every single day, which I want you to think of how much discipline that takes for me. So many YouTubers post like once a week or once a month and then complain of getting burnout. I post these videos every single day because I'm using the same level of discipline that you are. So I will see you here tomorrow. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.